Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to do a very just short, sweet and to the point type of tutorial. It's a little bit different. We're not using any epoxy at all. But I have been seeing these little snow globe glass tumblers everywhere, mainly on TikTok, and I had to try it. So I did a lot of research, and this is kind of my first actual attempt at doing one. The TikTokers that I watched that gave me a lot of tips, I will link their channels down below. They were both very helpful, so go ahead and check them out as well. All right, so the cup I bought here, I got from Craft Haven, and it comes with the hole already in the bottom, which is obviously a very big step as far as the ease of this project. I am just going to go ahead and put some painter's tape around here, and the only purpose for this is to kind of help control my glitter, so to say. We're going to be using Hocus Pocus because, hello, Hocus Pocus is coming out. We're also going to be using one of these little squirt bottles that I got from Walmart. We're going to use this Elmer's Magic Glue, and the reason I'm using this is because I wanted a little bit more of a slow flow as far as the glitter. You'll know what I mean at the end. And one of the videos that I was watching, she had used this with some distilled water. And so it kind of gave just a very slow moving glitter throughout the cup, and I thought it looked pretty cool. So this is what we're doing. So in the bottle, I am putting a 50-50 mixture between this glue and the distilled water. However, what I've discovered is if you add too much of the glue, your glitter is going to be more stationary, if that makes sense. So instead, I would recommend doing maybe a 60-40, maybe even a 7 to 30% ratio, depending on how fast or slow you want your glitter to move around. So I did end up adding a little bit more of the distilled water to get a little bit more flow going on, but that's kind of just personal preference. So you can start with 50-50 if you want. I would suggest doing a more 60-40 mix. That's my 2 cents. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and mix this up a little bit. I'm going to put just a little bit down at the bottom before I put my glitter in. The reason I'm doing this is to help prevent the glitter from sticking to the top of the cup, which is AKA the bottom of the cup in this situation. So I have always had such a hard time with snow globe tumblers. Like, I've never been able to master it, and for some reason, like, I have been determined. So that's a trick I saw, and that's what we're doing here. We're just going to go ahead and pour this glitter into the hole. I'm just using a little stick to kind of push it in. If you have a little funnel, that would help as well. Otherwise, you can just shake it on in there. So what I tried to do in this one is, you can see I add the liquid, I add glitter, and then I would add a little bit more liquid and then a little bit more glitter. Like I said, to help kind of prevent that glitter from getting stuck in between that double wall part of the tumbler. Hope that makes sense to you. It seemed to work out for me. So hopefully that will help you if you're having that issue, like I always had. So we're going to go ahead and fill this. You're just going to fill it to as much or as little as you want. I wanted a mainly solid kind of overall look with the glitter here. So I'm going to add a decent amount. If you're going to ask me if I measured it, I didn't, and I'm sorry. I didn't. I just kind of eyeballed it, to be honest with you. And then you can see here where I'm adding just a little bit more liquid. I mean, just like a squirt or two, not anything crazy. And then you're going to keep repeating these steps until you get your cup full. Okay, so I'm kind of testing out to see how much or how it looks, I guess. So I'm just going to put my finger over the hole and kind of just shake it up a little bit. See if I like it before adding more. You can always add more, but you can't really take it out. So I've noticed here that I want just a little bit more. So I'm just going to shake it up, kind of get that mixed up, and then continue adding the liquid and the glitter. Okay, so then once you get all of that glitter and liquid in there, you're going to fill the liquid all the way to the top. I let this sit for 24 hours overnight, and that allows any bubbles, any air trapped in that cup to kind of completely release, and that did help a lot. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to put a little bit of UV resin right in the hole, and we're going to go and cure that with our lamp. After that, we're going to lightly, very lightly, keyword, sand the bottom of the cup here, and that's going to help for the rest of the UV resin to adhere to the bottom of the cup. I did try to sign it. I usually sign the bottom of my cups, but maybe it's because the color glitter, the glass, I'm not sure. The paint pen I was using didn't really show. You'll see it here in a second. So I just decided, oh, well, I'm not going to sign this one. It's all right. Not a big deal. But that's what you see me doing here. And then we're just going to clean that off a little bit. And then we're going to put some UV resin on, and I use a little makeup brush to kind of spread that around. We're just going to make sure that's cure. I did put 2 thin coats on of the UV resin afterwards, let it fully cure, and then that's it. So from here, you could leave it as is. You could add some vinyl to the outside of it. If it's a permanent vinyl, you don't need to worry about sealing it with epoxy. You could always seal it with epoxy. For me, I was kind of looking just for less work, I guess, so to say, with this cup. And I thought it would be something fun to just kind of put out at the storefront. A lot of times customers like to choose what they want on the tumblers, so I do make sure to have a few just kind of blank ones without any images available on the floor. So that's what this one is going to be. And then they could choose to purchase it like that or add a little something to it. But that's it. So all in all, this took maybe 30 hours to make the whole thing. No epoxy was needed, aside from obviously this UV resin. Very simple and a lot easier than I thought. And I love the little slow-mo effect we got going on here. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. Let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching.